Hi Leo, it's Christina here from the Tarot Shack, here to do your September 2020 love read. Actually, it's a general reading, so love or general reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And I am using two different decks today, so I'm using mostly the Rider-Waite deck as well as Find Your Happy Daily Mantra deck by Shannon Kaiser. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the very first card we have here is the Six of Pentacles, and that's upright. As a clarifier, we have Temperance. Some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. You don't have to be. It could be an earth sign as well. We've got the King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. We've also got the Queen of Swords, so any air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Some of you in particular are dealing possibly with a Libra, but it doesn't really matter. It can be any sign or Gemini, any sign in a general reading. So let's go ahead and look here at the first two. Okay, I'm getting the feeling that in the past here, because this is the past, this is the present, and this is your future. So in the past, you could have been trying to, I get the feeling of like win someone over, or someone could have been trying to win you over, kind of mend a situation, or fix it to go a particular way. So with like a desired outcome. So someone here was trying to get it to go in the situation, like in the direction that they wanted this particular situation, whether it be work, love, relationship, or whatever. Now we've got, this is something that you in the past year you wanted. I see that you wanted it. You wanted it a lot, but you might not have been putting very much into the situation, or the other person might not have been putting very much into the situation, because I'm getting the feeling like you were just getting a little, like kind of like someone was giving you scraps almost. You were just like you were always wanting someone's time here. And it was like you couldn't get enough. So either, I'm getting this feeling like you either, like if you're addicted to something, you can't get enough of it. So you might have been addicted to this person, or this person might have been addicted to you, and you couldn't get enough of it. But it's kind of like that kind of feeling, like you were like fiending for scraps, or almost, or they were, or something like that. It was either that you were getting a lot of this person's attention and it was just never enough, or this person was literally only giving you a little bit and not very much, and you were always wanting more because of this. Now, they could have been doing that to get the desired outcome that they wanted, but either way, you'll have to kind of flip it around. Roles could be reversed. Now, because it does look like, it looks like someone wasn't seeing this in the past here. They might not have seen it, and someone was definitely getting the outcome that they wanted here, possibly with a Queen of Swords. So, it could be male or female, but doesn't even have to be an air sign, but it could be, and it could be an earth sign. But I don't know, I'm kind of getting possibly even the way that you saw the situation. You saw a situation, a relationship, just anything really, anything. You saw it different than they saw it. They saw it one way, you saw another way, and their stable is different than your stable. So whatever they need to feel stable in a relationship is different than what you need to feel stable in a relationship. So you're both trying to, in the past year, achieve that. You both want this stability and this relationship and this connection. However, the way that you feel stable in the past year is entirely different. So it's just like worlds apart. It's like, trying to think of an example. It's like, okay, so let's go to work for a minute. Some of you it's not love, but a lot of you it is. So, like for example, like conflicting schedules. So let's say that your boss sees you working Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and you're just not that kind of person. You're not an 8 to 5 kind of person. You would rather come in and, do 3 12-hour shifts. It's just that works better for you. You feel like that is what it can be, the same outcome, but just a different way of doing it. And that's kind of what I'm picking up on here. So if it were love, for example, you might, regardless, you can flop it around, but you might feel like, you need more attention, and they need a little bit of space. Okay, so or they need, more attention and you need a little bit of space. Either way, but that's kind of like what I'm seeing in the past here. Now in the present, okay, so someone is withholding something. Okay, could literally be communication. So there could be a block on communication. Someone is just not being very open. Someone is just not sharing. I'm getting the feeling that this is a love relationship for some of you. Like I said, it could be a Gemini, but any other sign. Something is bothering. So the situation in the past here, where you two are just not seeing eye to eye on, you're both working toward this common goal or this common stability, but you're seeing it totally different. And I feel like maybe you're keeping that to yourself in the past, or they are, and then at some point in the present it just kind of is bubbling up, because like I feel like you're still kind of keeping it. See how keeping it to yourself, or they are. Someone is like cutting their hands, holding all those knives there, because they can't. It's really causing more damage keeping it bottled up than like letting it out and communicating. I feel like someone feels like if they say anything, then it'll come across as if they're looking. Someone might be trying to ignore the issue and pretend like it doesn't bother them, because they don't want to be focused on, lack. And we shouldn't necessarily be focused on lack, but we need to also be able to bring our attention to the issue so that we can solve the issue. And someone here doesn't want to look at the issue. They just don't. They would rather just walk around carrying all these swords here and cutting their hands and keeping everything really closed, and tight. They would rather do that than express it. So this person, whoever this is, you or your person, this person, and it could be at work. It could be where you're not telling your boss, hey, this Monday through Friday is not working for me. you know, 3 12-hour shifts might be better, and that's just an example, but, or the relationship, just different examples for you, but, I mean, you're loyal, and there's your card, Leo, here, strength card, but I feel like you're loyal to this situation. I do feel like you're loyal to the situation, but it's also your loyalty that seems to be preventing. It's either someone is loyal to you or you're loyal to them, but it's almost preventing. It's causing more pain, and it's preventing you from really kind of moving forward, because if someone just sits here and keeps everything inside and never says anything, nothing ever changes. And therefore, you know, you don't really move forward without change, and no decisions are really made without change. So if you're just going along, and you really want something to be different, and it's really inconveniencing you, because that, I'm just getting like this is inconveniencing you, like with that job or with that relationship. It's not that this person doesn't want stability with you. It's not that this person isn't loyal to you. It's just the way that they go about things, or they're just different, and there needs to be communication about that. And someone, you know, you may want to communicate and they may not. Someone is not communicating, which is hurting the situation. Someone may think that there's another person, like a third party. I'm not necessarily picking up on that, but they may feel more like feel like an option. They may feel like, someone here may feel like, because, you know, they're getting the scraps or not that much attention, that they may think that, you know, the other person is giving their attention elsewhere. And it could not even be work. It could be hobbies, or I'm sorry, not even another person. It could be work, or it can be hobbies, or it could be, you know, their children, or whatever. Lots of things that you can. Some people are working in school and doing, you know, multitasking, and so this person just doesn't really feel like a priority. They feel like an option, and they don't want to feel like an option. So it's kind of difficult, because it seems like one person here is ready to move forward, talk about the issues, find solutions, and the other person is kind of preventing that. They're preventing it because they don't even want to look at it. They don't want to, and it may be because they think there's nothing wrong with it, because from their view, you know, this is how they see, you know, that this is the best way they see getting to that stability there, okay? Because they want to get to that, and they just think their way is better. So it's kind of like they're not even open to other ways. So I don't know who you're dealing with, but and it could be like, you can think about that with work also, because like if you were to go to your boss and say, hey, you know, and some of you might not want to do that because you already think that they're going to say no, or they're going to have their own. Monday through Friday just might work better for that business, and it's not working for you. So you need to get it out there and let them know that if you haven't already. I feel like in some point you're gonna, you know, be loyal to yourself. I see you being loyal to yourself, and what I feel is that you're going to come out with it. You're gonna, you know, tell this person, if you haven't already, how you feel about the situation, because now I don't see them necessarily in the present here. I don't see them coming back and saying anything. That doesn't mean they're not going to, just currently in the present. But let's go into the future and see what happens. So in the future, we've got someone who I feel like, and for some of you, definitely could be dealing with a soulmate. Not all of you, but for some of you, definitely. Especially the ones that this is a love reading. I feel like there's just like a strong bond with this person. Now, and it doesn't necessarily, you could feel a strong bond with a friend. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but for some of you it is. Now, in the future, we've got the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands here. What I'm feeling is, though, again, in the future, it's like something is bothering someone and they are putting on this, like, front almost. They're like they look so, like, stoic, like nothing bothers them. It's like putting on a show. It's like this person, whoever this is, and it doesn't have to be you. It could be that the person that you're dealing with, you definitely could be dealing with another fire sign, but that could just represent you. But I'm feeling like this person is very much like you. So you may, but they're not you. So I feel like they're putting on some sort of act as if they're not really bothered, but they are. Someone is bothered by something. So they're trying to pretend like it's not bothering them. So like in the relationship, they're trying to pretend like it's not a bigger issue than it actually is, even though it's bothering them. Or they're trying to pretend, they're just putting on a show. They're putting on a show, and they almost look like they're not affected. So if anyone, if you don't know them very well, or for just, if you know them well, or if this is you, someone just looking at this person couldn't tell there was something going on. But if you know them, then you might be able to see that there's actually something more here, that this person is definitely putting on a show. There's something here. Now, I feel like in the future here, there's going to be the communication. So this person is going to kind of, almost gonna like spill the beans, or kind of like this person is going to express. So there is definitely forward communication coming in. I feel like this is going to be good news, or at least if it's not like what you wanted to hear, it's what you needed to hear kind of news. So either way, it's good news, because I feel like you've been waiting to hear this, and there's going to be some sort of like truth revealed, or this might be, that person who's all closed off there finally communicating with you and letting you know something that you've been waiting to kind of, I don't know, it's like, could definitely be a Libra, doesn't have to be any air sign or any, fire sign, any sign, even water sign, and like I said, earth. But I feel like there's definitely communication between you two, okay? There's definitely communication. Someone is going to be expressing, and this could be both of you are going to be really expressing how you feel about the situation. And I think this is going to be like a good outcome here, because neither one of you, the thing is that neither one of you want to back down, but neither one of you want to walk away from the situation. So there are negotiations, and people are at least negotiating. So like with that job, this is like you and your boss, and your boss doesn't want to lose you. You don't want to lose this job, but you're having to be open to negotiations. I see this as like compromise. And if it's a relationship, this person is open, you are open to like compromise, you're open to negotiations, which is good. So I see defending sides. Okay, so some of you, it could be like something court related for some of you too, because I do see like defending sides. So I see like people don't want to back down. They don't, but they don't want to walk away from the situation either. And I do see like people defending, themselves and what they kind of stand for. And I see like this balancing out. I see it fixing itself, kind of. It's not really fixing itself because those two people there are really taking the action needed and communicating to kind of fix the situation. But I do see this as kind of balancing out, mending, if you want to call it. So we've got one card from the Find Your Happy. So it's let's see, let me grab the book. So it's I believe in the person I am becoming. This is card number 44. Find Your Happy Daily Mantra Deck. And this is by Shannon Kaiser. Okay, so card number 44. And I'm just going to read from this. Mistakes are stepping stones to the person you are truly meant to be. But when you dwell too long on those mistakes, it affects your future. You are hiding out in the past and allowing yourself to believe that it is still who you are. This hinders your ability to move forward with confidence. You have pulled this card because now is the time to embrace the person you are becoming. Instead of leaning back into fear, choose to believe in your future self and move forward. Your past does not define you, nor does it need to inhibit your growth. Everything that has happened in your life is part of your future. Align with faith and trust that who you are becoming is far more wonderful than any part of your past. Believe in the person you are becoming. So, for some of you, I just feel like, this is the time to speak up because, whatever in the past wasn't working. So for some of you, I feel like the situation can be worked out. I feel like there's going to be negotiations. Some of you might have to leave this situation, but for the most part, I feel like if this person, comes around, and because they were like that or they are now, and I feel like there's going to be communication and they're going to be more open to negotiations and compromise and things like that. And I feel like that you can, this person wants what you want. They want that stable connection. So I feel like don't back down, but you have to be able to compromise with that person. And neither one of you really want to call it quits on this. So I would, if this reading is for you, I would just be open, hear this person out, communicate, and I think everything is going to work out. And it will just kind of work for the best. So kind of like 50-50. It's fair. It may not be exactly what you want, but it's fair. It's more of what you want than before. Okay, so I hope this reached someone it was meant for, and I will be back to do your next reading at some point soon.